Hello everybody, and welcome back to Louisiana Homestead. How are y'all doing out there today? I hope y'all are doing just fine. I'm glad you decided to drop in. Thank you all for subscribing, and for those of you who haven't, I hope you'll consider it. Today I want to make some cupcakes, but I don't want to use up a whole box of cake mix, and I don't want to light up that big oven. So what I've done is I've taken a cake mix and I've divided it into portions. I have found that this cake mix I'm going to be using, see this cake mix here, this Betty Crocker Super Moist Devil's Food Chocolate Cake Mix. This is just a piece of the box that I cut off and saved from the full box of cake mix, and I've measured it out and divided it, and it comes to 3 dry cups of cake mix. So I'll be able to bake 3 different times out of this one cake mix in my little oven. Each time I do it, I can make 6 standard size cupcakes. I made 6 of them the other day, and the recipe came out so good I wanted to share it with y'all. I made some chocolate caramel latte cupcakes with some white baking pieces sprinkled into it, and they came out very, very good. And so I just wanted to share it with you. It's a very easy recipe. You don't have to heat up the whole kitchen, and you don't have to use a whole box of cake mix. So first thing we're going to do is turn on our little oven to bake 350 and turn it on. The next thing is I'm going to line my little muffin tins. These are standard size cups with some paper liners. When I measured out my cake mix, I just saved it in a sealable bowl, and you can put it in any bowl. I just reused this bowl, and all I need to do is scoop a cup out of here. Okay, and I wrote on the back of this box what I need to mix to make my cake. This is what I used last time, and this will work this time, which is going to be a cup of the cake mix, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of oil, 1/3 of a cup of water, a tablespoon of this caramel latte frosting, and I'm also going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of this instant coffee. You can use any brand, obviously. And I'm also going to put in, I didn't say how much here, but I'm going to put in about 1/3 of a cup of these white baking chips. And then I'm going to bake it for 15 minutes at 350 degrees. So I have all my information written down here. And what I'll do is when I'm done with it, I'll put it right in the bowl here and seal it up for next time that I want to make some more cupcakes or a cake. You can make a little small cake with it as well. It doesn't have to be cupcakes. Okay, so let's get our mixture together. I'm going to leave my little recipe cord out while I get these things in there. We need to put 1 egg. I have a yard egg, so that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to break it into this little cup first just to make sure it's all right and it's fine. So I'm going to add that in. That's from my yard hens raised right here on the farm. Now we're going to add in this 1/3 of a cup of water. And 2 tablespoons of oil. You can use any kind of oil. I'm using some avocado oil that I have right here on the countertop. You could use vegetable oil. I wouldn't use the full virgin. I wouldn't use the virgin olive oil just because it has a strong flavor. Unless you really like that flavor in your cakes, then you could go for it. And my 1/2 teaspoon of coffee. Instant coffee, dry like that. That's going to give our latte cake a little bit more of a coffee flavor. So we're going to mix this up, and I'm just going to mix it with a regular spoon like this. I'm not going to take the mixer out for this. And I'm also going to add my frosting into here. I need a tablespoon of frosting. I like putting the frosting in the cake. It actually adds a lot of moisture to the cake when you do that. So I'm putting a nice heaping tablespoon of frosting, as you can see. And I'm going to reserve some of this frosting for the top of my cupcakes whenever they come out of the oven. So we're just going to stir all this in. I'm not even going to bother with a mixer, because I didn't bother with a mixer the other day and they turned out just wonderful. Now we're going to come in with about 1/3 of a cup of these white baking chips. And we're ready to get them into our pan. Let's wrap with a tablespoon in each cup. And just go like that until we get it up. We got all the batter to get it up in 6 cups. But it makes just enough batter to do 6 cups, so it works out real good. You don't have to eat a little bit of cake or cupcakes right this time. And into the oven they go. We'll check them at 15 minutes. Let's see if it's done. It's been 15 minutes. Yep, it's done. Nothing on the toothpick, so they're coming out. Okay, so we're going to let those cool completely, and I'll meet you back when we ice them. Went on ahead and removed mine from the pan and put them on top of a little cooling rack just so that they wouldn't sweat. Alright, now let's make these frosting and decorating these easy. You see how these have a little overhang? What I'm going to do is go around and just take that overhang off of them like this. And then I'm going to just chop some of this up, and I'm going to reserve this to decorate the tops of them after I get them frosted. Then we're going to come in with our caramel latte frosting. I'm just going to stir it up real good. Make it nice and creamy. Like that. Okay, that's all of them. Aren't they pretty? Let's break into one of them. Okay guys, when I peeled this down, I noticed my chips had went to the bottom of it. So when you make it, you might want to dredge your chips through a little bit of the dry cake mix and fold that in at the very last moment to keep those chips suspended. And I had thought about doing that, but I didn't. Now I wish I had, but that's okay. It'll be fine like this. But you see all my chips went to the bottom. It's good.